What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. So we're going to focus in on the arrogance the Pittsburgh Penguins are playing with. I think Bruce Boucher-Grosser, Darren Dreger, someone tweeted out an article about just how lackadaisical they've been, and you notice that. And I mean, I can say even going back to to last year's Stanley Cup, to last year's Bruins Stanley Cup Finals run, the Eastern Conference Finals, they were playing, for themselves, and the Bruins sucker punched them. They went down in four straight, and Pittsburgh didn't put up a fight in that series. I know one of the games went to multiple overtimes. It was a great game to go to the local bar at. I will admit that. But I just think the attitude within the organization, they got to take a long, hard look at themselves because they're tied 1-1 with Columbus going into hostile territory in Ohio. I think the fans in Columbus are going to be coming out flying. They love this team, and you might be laughing at me saying that, but I really feel like this is a passionate and underrated fan base. And they got kind of that college atmosphere with Ohio State, and those college fans, those Big Ten football fans, they love their team, and I think it's gonna be the same attitude going into Game 3 in Columbus, Ohio tomorrow night. And I think Columbus is going to win 2 at home. This is going 7. So even if they split, they're in good shape. I got Columbus winning this series in 7 games. And Pittsburgh's, I think, overlooking the Jackets in so many ways. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but Chris Letang's not 100%. He's making mistakes. And he was never really, Rob Langway defensively. But it's been tough. It's been a tough go of it for him. And I think the coaching staff should have let him sit out longer, even if he missed the playoffs, because he's been a detriment to the team. And Crosby's made a few too many risky passes, and the Pittsburgh Penguins are reminding me in their attitude of the Vancouver Canucks from 3 years ago, where they just played with a sense of arrogance. And I know they have a lot of guys on that team that have won the cup before, but this year they haven't achieved a damn thing yet, and they're out there playing like it's like the cup's theirs to lose. And that's not a way that you're going to be successful in the NHL playoffs, and I think they're overlooking the Columbus Blue Jackets. I think they want to play the Bruins in the conference finals, but they got to get there first, as do the Bruins. Not saying that by any means, but you can't pin it all on Marc-Andre Fleury, and you can make the counter argument that they survived a scare last year against the New York Islanders. Yeah, they did, but they let that kind of the bad habits linger. They beat Ottawa, then they got to the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Bruins just sucked the hell out of them for 4 games. And unfortunately, I don't think they're going to get that far this year. I really believe in this Blue Jackets team, and I unfortunately think Pittsburgh's going to be a victim of their own skill in that they're not. I'm not going to say they're not going in the dirty areas and doing all that, but they just seem to be playing with a little bit too much entitlement and not enough will out there, and that's not success. That's not a recipe for success in the NHL playoffs. Again, They could prove me wrong. They have enough guys on that team. They could have great leadership, but at the same time, they could shoot themselves in the foot this series. And and then I think honestly, if this team doesn't go to the conference finals, Danny Bilesma is out as head coach. You can take that to the bank. Anyway, that's all I got. Some sort of the power play with CJ on the Jackets Penguins series, shifting to Columbus for Game 3. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the playoffs and beyond. Later, guys.